Hi, it's Maya. Surprise! It is a Tuesday afternoon stream. What the fuck is this? Because, multiple reasons. Because one, I got off work early, therefore I could stream at a relatively close to my normal stream time, if it was, a normal stream day. Two, I don't work tomorrow because it is Christmas Eve, which is very exciting. And three, of the Devil episode 2 just dropped like 2 hours ago. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm excited. I've waited to play episode 2 for a while. And here we are playing Of the Devil. If you don't know, it is a lovely kind of it's a sort of mystery game. If you've played Ace Attorney, Danganronpa, other detective games I don't know about off the top of my head. It is very much like that. It is extremely like that, which is exciting, and I love both those. I love Danganronpa. Fucking grew up with that, and I was like, this is very similar. I saw it and pinched. Oh, I love this game. If you're wondering where I played episode 0, which is prologue / demo, and also episode 1 before about how long ago was it again? Actually, I want to say maybe a year, but that might be a bit much. I'll check real quick. When did I last? When did I play? The previous episode, the prologue, and the episode 1. It was a good while ago. Let me see here. Let me see here. It was a decent amount of time ago, that's for sure. Open up faster. Come on. Move faster. It was almost there. Come on. Load. There we go. It was 10 months ago, because it wasn't a year. It was 10 months ago. Oh, it's at the start of the year. Nice. Not cool. So it wasn't that long ago, actually. It was just near the very beginning of the year. And yeah, we played the demo. We started the demo / was the demo / episode 0 about 10 months ago. Then the episode 1 came out as a few weeks after, I think. A few weeks after. I remember how the timeline of my video posting came out. And yeah, I got to play that. We finished it. We finished episode 1, and now we're here playing episode 2. Which, even though it says episode 1 here, it's because I haven't started episode 2 yet. I'm excited to play it. I've seen some of the trailer. I've seen the trailer of episode 2. I've seen a few images here and there from episode 2 because they posted some of them on their page, and I'm excited to play it. And here we are. And yeah, I love Morgan. Morgan is a lovely lady who's done nothing wrong. Morgan's done nothing wrong. Don't worry about the revolver she had that one time. She did nothing wrong. If you know nothing about the Devil, you can try the game out for free. Episode 0 with prologue is free on Steam right now, and both episode 1 and 2 are currently on sale. Episode 1 is 20% off, and episode 2 is 15% off, which is exciting. A lovely deal. A lovely deal. Go check it out now. The link is in the pinned message up here, and of course in the description of the YouTube VOD if you're watching on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Hello. And oh, hello. Welcome in, Dambu. Damn butter. Damn butter. Your name is cut off from my scale. Dambu. Oh, damn butter. Welcome in. Welcome. How are you doing? Ooh. Hazmat suit. Don't put in. No. Don't nuke me. It's okay, you must. Those nuke the hazmat suits. That's horrifying and scary. But welcome in. Hope you're having a lovely Tuesday. We're about to start Of the Devil, episode 2, which I have seen nothing about it because it came out literally today. Again, like I said, it came out 2 hours ago, basically. about 2-3 hours ago, almost 3 hours ago now. And yeah, I'm excited to try. Let's go. New case. And where's this episode 3? We're done after. Start episode 2. I'm excited. It's been a while. I got off work like minutes. I got off work like half an hour ago. Got home half an hour ago, and here we are. The thing I want to do is play game. You can choose to play episode 2 in high roller mode. In high roller mode, you're limited to one save slot, and you won't be able to reload your saves while inside the courtroom. Quick saving and autosave will be disabled as well. The minimum ante for hands will be increased. The minimum and maximum penalties are for answering incorrectly during trial gameplay will be increased. The maximum ante will be increased as well, allowing you to earn the largest possible high score for credit in this episode. Completing this episode in high roller mode will also unlock an exclusive phone charm that can't be earned any other way. You can turn high roller mode off at any time in the settings, but in order to turn it back on, you will have to restart this episode. High roller mode is intended to encourage risk-taking and discourage safe scumming. Consider enabling it if you want to pursue this mystery like a true gambler. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, I like risking it. I like gambling in video game and not in real life, because real life gambling is bad and a problem. Welcome to the high roller table. Enjoy the thrill. Disable tutorials. You can turn them back on in settings. I don't need tutorials. I know how to play the game. I remember. It's been 10 months, but I remember. It's been 9 months actually, but I remember. First question's an easy one. Who was your senator? Mathings? Piece of shit still trying to lie to our faces. What the fuck? Ow? What's happening? Mathing is our senator, man. What, still? Shit, hey, wake up! Nande. From the top, I guess. Ugh. What's your name? Ikari? Yeah? What year is it? 2086? What did you say last time? 2027? Maybe his stuff's finally working. Dog does know how to shake. Yeah. You go fuck. Again in the head. One thing I said, one thing I asked, anywhere but the head. Not my fault he's got a punchable face. It's episode 2. Hi, ass. Welcome. Episode 2. We just started. It came out like an hour, like 2 hours ago. I'm excited to play it. Are you excited? Are you excited as well, ass? I'm going high roller mode. Going straight to high roller mode. But welcome in, ass. We're having a lovely Tuesday. I hope you get some. I hope you got some good arting done earlier. I saw you were arting earlier. I was there. So we calibrated yet, or what? No. We're as close as we're gonna get with equipment this old. Yeah, I wanna get to the real questions, or does it need some more softening up? I just said I won't soften him up in the head. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. That's fair. It's up to you. It's up to you, ass. I don't blame you if you wanna run away and play the game yourself. Play episode 2 yourself. But also, if you decide to stick around, thank you. I appreciate it. It's up to you though. I won't judge you. Whatever what you choose. How about it? You still with us, hound? You're gonna feel a migraine hit you like a tram in a few seconds. Do me a favor and hold on, pain. Let go in the what? Barbatocene? Barbatocene will drop you like an anchor. Don't want you a vegetable. Right? Yeah, that's a spirit. You're a fighter. Question 1. Do you know why you're here? Because you were too spooked to just over a line. I'm always the right amount of spooked, Red. No, that's not the first thought I was someone else. I thought it was a lady. When I tell you there's heat, well, I mean it. I know. And I always listen. See? Breathable layers. Oh my god. I love the fit. Hell yeah. Love myself an open jacket. Also booba. A little bit of booba. Cleavage. Ayo. Booba. Women. 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 Oh my god, women. Oh my god, Morgan. She's hot. Oh my god. Oh my god. She's so... she's so hot. She's so hot. I love her. Women. Let's see. Breathable layers. God damn it. You laughed. Doesn't mean I conceded the point. You're lighter. Memorize the map? You kept it pretty vague, but... I think I got the gist of it. No spooky elevator. You're that worried about a paper trail? Raptor Analytics just won a state contract for new trawling algorithms that can DNN an entire city blocks crumbs in less than an hour. New term unlocked. I forgot I equipped the silly episode 1 High Rollers charm. She's a little shy. She's a little shy. Hide behind the phone. Showing results for Internet of Things. Internet of Things refers to the network data shared that goes on between all the countless electronics that we monitor ourselves with. Phones, computers, security systems, biofeedback devices, body modifications, and prosthetics, and of course, automated dependence. All comprise small but vital parts of this network. Without IoT's ability to collect, process, and share information, massive opportunity costs build up as individuals, governments, and private business miss out on the valuable insight that data has to offer. One of the cool ways that IoT improves our lives is through the usage of crumbs, small packets of data containing your own unique identifying information. Throughout your day, as your own IoT devices may say hi to other devices, they'll leave behind crumbs as a parting gift. Crumbs allow for paperless identification and payment, and help the government manage human and vehicular traffic. Crumbs let you see where you've been so that you can see where you should go. Want to start leaving crumbs away? Don't worry, crumbs are enabled by default. Excellent sponsored search results. See further with a premium account. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you do. You do. I got a bunch of charms. I bought a bunch. I bought a Morgan charm. I bought a Fran charm. It also got like little fidget tubbies. You're charmless as well for no charm. I bought myself a golden phone case because I'm silly. You get magenta, teal. You go, let's go, Sarah! More basic form of cookies. Indeed! It is a more basic form of cookies. Just Sato stock. Sato stock. Emma deep in thought. And these are from the episode 2. I've not gone them yet. We have Reese Rise, Undercover, and I have Necromorg. I think Necromorg is from if you played the demo before the game came out, if I remember correctly. I know one of those terms is from that. I think it's this one. Might be wrong. I don't remember. But I have this. We have this one. I put this one on for reasons. Also, I'm excited for when I finish episode 2 on high roller mode because look at that. We have Sarah on the clock. Look at her. The thumbnail is adorable. I'm excited. Nice day. Indeed. Anyways, back to the game. After we've done looking at the silly phone. How many credits do I have left actually? I have no money. Actually, I have 161 money. I could buy everything here, but I'll wait. I'm silly. I'll wait a bit. Didn't you read the financial section today? I'm more of a Sudoku gal. We can all be as well read as Renard Damoni. Renard Daimoni. I'm sending you the links. Read them, and the rest of the news too. Proposition 492's going to be the ballot this year. You shouldn't vote on it blindly. For a guy who makes the majority of his living operating outside the law, you should take your civil duties seriously. Information brokering isn't illegal. What people choose to do with my advice? Do you declare the income for it on your taxes? Sorry. I promise to take a look at what you sent over. Ballot propositions. Public Works construction headed a ballot. This election's coming up. A number of measures related to infrastructure, public works, and funding for city programs will be on the ballot soon. Read on to get an overview on some of the most hotly anticipated issues you'll be able to vote on in the coming months. Proposition 436 2D. Petition for City Council to commission cost analysis on public schooling. Sponsored by Houston and Myers. For the last several decades, all education has been handled through private institutions, typically associated with one or more corporate benefactors. While this has erased its expensive childcare and pre-university education for many families, some citizens regularly voice concern over children being treated as customers first and students second. There are several schools throughout the city that accept students at no cost to their parents, but these are reliant on government subsidies, introducing the potential for waste and corruption, and are generally seen as subpar environments for learning. Even if votes say aye to this petition, City Council will commission a study to evaluate the cost and feasibility of reintroducing a direct public schooling to the city. Hi, Kimmy, welcome. Welcome and surprise, I'm live on a Tuesday. Surprise! Jump scare, I'm in your wall. I'm in your wall. What is the word? Sorry, I'm trying to, I'm being asked something. What is it called again? This is rift. I just sent, actually just now. A second, I'm being messaged something. I'm being messaged a question I need to answer right now. 1 5. Alright, we're back to reading. Back to my reading, but welcome back to me. Hope you're having a lovely Tuesday. I know I don't usually go live on Tuesday, but it's because this episode 2 came out of Episode the Devil. And also don't work tomorrow. I got off work early, so I thought why not get home and first thing I do after getting changed, play a video game and start streaming. Here we are. Playing the Devil, which I've been waiting for a while now. And we just started like a few minutes ago, so you're not missing much. Missed a few lines of dialogue, but that's all, not much at all. But yeah. Proposition 492. 1A. Funding of Atlas Pillar of Rejuvenation projects. Sponsored by Jobin. Howe Industries. Wickham. Voting aye on this measure will direct City Council to fund the renovation and reinforcement of multiple Atlas pillars around the lower wards, paid for by a percentage increase in sales tax within city limits. Atlas pillars act as stabilizing points for the city's canopy, super infrastructure, and house all the largest public transit elevators that allow foot traffic to seamlessly flow between the canopy and street level. The measure is generally viewed favorably by representatives from the lower wards, who acknowledge that the necessary construction will be distributive, but point to the language in proposition that guarantees easing the zoning restrictions around the pillars as vital to reducing unemployment in the target regions. Previous comparable proposals even that renovated city pillars north of the park have been touted as successful examples, and studies have shown that poverty is down and citizen satisfaction is up in the surrounding areas. Some numbers of city council members representing uptown districts have voiced skepticism about these economic benefits, but none have argued against the architectural reality of the canopy's need for additional infrastructure enforcement. Which exactly of the city's older Atlas pillars will be targeted for this rejuvenation has yet to be disclosed. Past experience has shown that due to the nature of vertically integrated real estate, property values in the lower wards can either skyrocket or even drop into the negative based on which pillars are rejuvenated, and the city is wary of distributing the real estate market in the lower wards with rapid outsider-funded speculation. There's a lot of just a lot of read. I forgot how much this reading this game is. Proposition 493, which I think was what you wanted to look at. I don't remember. But which one was you want us to find? It's important, I know. You want us to look at 492, which I think we just read before. 492. Oh, we just read that. The funding of the Atlas, okay. Anyways, 493. 1A. Renaming Atlas pillars to honor local community figures. Sponsored by Danford, Johnson, Sungho, and Wickham. Nicknamed the Pillars of the Community. Project in the headlines. Proposition 493 seeks to rename the Atlas pillars around the city after local leaders and national figures, replacing the current system where pillars are given alphanumerical designations based on the streets they are built upon. On top of, even. Few members of City Council have spoken explicitly for or against the measure, but polls show general support among the citizenry, with some questions about how the new names will be chosen. Atlas was originally an international name for the super infrastructure constructs, but leaked blueprints and contractor word of mouth spread the moniker that it has become rooted itself in the culture in years since, despite having what the mayor at the time reportedly described in private as an ominous ring to it. Proposition 227 3B, Commission of Report of Victims of the Acid Snow. Acid Snow? Fascinating. Sponsored by Hernandez, Lang, and Mohammed. The Acid Snow incident sits prominently at the forefront of the public consciousness following the Greyfall documentary that premiered earlier this year. Previously underreported on, while the industrial accident did not create snow and did in fact add acid to atmosphere, the film's eyewitness accounts of the scarring children received that early morning nearly 2 decades ago as they played in what they thought was unseasonable snowfall had spurred public outcry. If this proposition receives enough ayes at the ballot box, the city will commission a full investigation into the victims of the incident, including assessment of damage for what could one day be a public fund for medical treatment. Critics of the proposition argue that after 20 years, few of the victims will still be residents of the city, assuming they can be found at all. Others point to the state's lawsuit Gendu Chemicals, I don't know that's how that's pronounced at all, settled 15 years ago as sufficient compensation for the victims. Though, as one of the conditions of that settlement, Gendu did not admit any fault or wrongdoing on the part of corporate leadership. Fascinating. That's a lot of information to fucking cram in my brain. Oh god. Hopefully I remember all that. I probably won't. I don't know. I'm gonna take a sip real quick after all that reading. Jesus Christmas, that's a lot to read. Forget that. Alright, so I'm gonna lower the volume a little bit. I'm not sure if that's a bit too loud or not. It's maybe a bit better. Where were we? How can you be this calm? A chance like this doesn't come around. Well, ever. Frankly, I'm still surprised they were willing to put up the funds it took to commission this thing. What do you think changed? Nothing ever changes in the lower wards. Is what I would say if I was feeling dramatic. Heartbreak made organized crime look like a bunch of cowards hiding under rocks. Is what I would say if I was feeling comedic. Don't joke around heartbreak before sending a woman off into the lower wards by herself. Because you're such a delicate flower in need of protection. Morgan, of course, born on the 26th, which is in 3 days. Wow, birthday 3 days. Height 175 centimeters, which is taller than me. Blood type AB negative. Occupation criminal defense attorney. Occupation criminal defense attorney. not a criminal defense attorney. She's a hierarchical criminal defense attorney. Likes power washers, lamb chops, prime numbers. Dislikes lectures, felt the violin. Plays blackjack, Texas Hold'em, Thelo, Mahjong, E-card. Fair flower, the funny-looking red ones. Ricoris radiata. Eggs, fried and runny. Ricorisと。そうだな。Finally mentioned Ricoris. Let's just save real quick. I'm not saved this whole time. Save. My one high roller slot. Boop. Goodbye, high roller slot in episode 1. Bye bye. Bye bye, episode 1 high roller slot. It was nice knowing you. How about you start feeling analytic and give me the real answer? Fine. In my humble opinion, the Rust made the first move. Demand for the products has gone up. They're set to work with their syringes and cleavers and vans. Mobile drop shops hunting for product to fill the supply gap. I can't read English words normally. Don't ask. Supply gap? You can't fit without it landing on a Vitruvian clinic. The fuck's a Vitruvian clinic? Vitruvian clinic. How is the biggest it's ever been? What mods aren't being printed on demand? What mods aren't being printed to demand? Mods! Search results for body modification. Body modification, aka mods, is a term that may refer to cybernetic prosthetics, artificial implants, neural enhancements, or any combination of the above. While body modifications have been seen throughout history and across a wide range of cultures, the modern body modification movement is differentiated by a shift from intrinsic factors, expression, or identity to extrinsic. These words are too big for my brain to process. Extrinsic motivators, job opportunities, technological benefits, improvements in physical or mental ability. Historically, mods have been classified based on which section of the user's spinal cords and interfacing occurs at thoracic, lumbar, or cervical. But this system does not account for mods, which interact directly with the human brain. An increased prevalence of so-called above-the-neck modding in recent years has led to several corporations and medical organizations proposing their own new classification system, but so far none have gained such traction. Users also frequently search for, can you return mods? Can you undo mod surgery? Best reviewed neural implants 2086. Let's replace parts. It's replacement parts, not the mods that the Rust and harvest. Vitruvian, How, and all the others aren't interested in helping you fix a faulty pump. They just want to say a whole new model. The Rust might not always be pretty to look at, but even law-abiding citizens will gladly swallow their distaste for a discount that's steep. Can I lower the volume a bit? It's a bit loud. It's a little loud. No, that's fine. a bit better. Okay, there we go. Much better. Much better. And one right here. Where's the save button? That's low. They're safe. There we go. A lot of modders are veterans. Not easy prey. Correct. Hence, the Rust stockpiling weapons, and in response, the Blue Bloods sensing escalation. But that's just my hypothesis. I never get pulled into an alley. I never get pulled into an alley and wake up missing a kidney. I ever get pulled into an alley and wake up missing a kidney? We'll call it a formal theory. New term unlocked. Rust. Search results for the Rust criminal organization. The domestic criminal organization known as the Rust is more accurately described as a loose collection of smaller gangs, sets, and racketeering operations that formed out of necessity rather than any particular shared value. Broad power granted to the state and law enforcement to address civil unrest during the 60s meant that small to medium-sized criminal organizations could not survive on their own, as virtually all their members could be detained indefinitely if one or more members was suspected of racketeering under new laws that classified gang activity as terrorism. While the Rust has evolved since its chaotic initio form, the spirit of it lives on in the highly diverse culture of the Rust's component cells or pods. Law enforcement officials disagree on whether the Rust meets the definition of a criminal organization, as many argue that the gangs that make it up are capable of operating completely independently of one another. Some hypothesize that the Rust serves merely as a shadow on the cave wall, intended to make the smaller gangs' patterns of violence seem like well-organized planning. As it stands, the Rust is known for its black market operations and illegal and illicitly sourced mods, offering military-grade or foreign-produced mods to citizens. They are particularly known for regularly assaulting and ripping mods out of their victims for resale. Historically, the Rust has been associated with elevated levels of gang violence, earning themselves a fearsome reputation that has fortunately limited their ability to assimilate themselves into other segments of society. However, in People 5 Harmony K systems, the state alleged that Harmony K had, on numerous occasions, employed the Rust as a kind of extra-legal mercenary force when pursuing... Hello, welcome. Welcome, Angel. How you doing? Thank you. Thank you. This model is by the amazing... was both rigged and drawn by lovely Foxes. That works. Yes, that works. Foxes! She does amazing work. She did both the rigging and the art for it, and we love it. It's amazing. It's many good toggles. Many good toggles. I don't use the toggles very often because I'm, you know, immersed in gaming. I forget to use my toggle a lot of the time. But I have a bunch of toggles here. I can do a bunch of silly things. I can be dreaded. I have hearty eyes. Be Angie. Do Tunibio. Bunch of silly things. Bunch of silly things. being interrupted. What am I being pinged for? I'm doing shit. I'm doing shit. I'm being messaged and being pestered in real life. Oh my god. Anyway, what was I? An employed a kind of extra-legal mercenary force when pursuing aggressive market negotiations with their competitors. The case was ultimately settled out of court for an undisclosed penalty amount, but misinformation has persisted ever since, claiming that the Rust has endured despite its violent tendencies due to being sheltered from consequences by corporations who contract the Rust as deniable mercenaries. I can't read English words well. Anyways. It's not like we're talking about a weapon of mass destruction. What makes the Blues think they can win a gang war with it? Maybe they found the right soldier wielder. The idea lingers in the air for a moment as I gaze out the window. Windows and neon and advertisements galore float up past us like bubbles of air as we make our descent down into our beautiful city's scenic lower wards. How's this part to go again? Through me, way of the city of woe. Through me, the way to eternal dole. Through me, the way among the lost. Inferno, Canto 3. Or in the original, or in Latin, I believe. Permisi va ni la città dolente. Permisi va ni l'eterno dolore. Permissiva tra la perduta gente. I butchered those words completely! Yay! Anyways, I don't speak Latin. Welcome to the underworld, Dante. Sometimes hot, sometimes misty, sometimes choking with poison. Always dark. Not the official forecast? More accurate than whatever's on your phone. Between the skyscrapers, the generators, the turbines, and the canopy. Every city block's got its own climate down here. 9 circles of fresh hell. If you get the reference, say something. Don't make me feel crazy for 5 minutes so you can feel smart for 5 seconds. The smog of the lower ward lingers on your skin long after you make the climb back out. This place clings to you, unwanted, cloying attachment. But there's an honesty to all human interaction down here that makes it trivial for me to navigate. And it's got a nightlife rife with opportunities for someone with my particular interests. Sorry I couldn't get you anything else to work with. It was a short notice. I know better than to bet against you by now, Red. But still, it's sweet of you to worry. But this is a surefire thing. Spoken like a true addict. I mean it. I'm here for business, not pleasure. I don't plan on leaving anything to chance. Avoid the populated streets. Turn away from bright lit spots even, not sports, spots. Follow the trail of graffiti and broken cameras, past food stalls and steam vents, down the rabbit hole. It sounds more complicated than it actually is in practice. It's easy to end up on the wrong side of the town, as long as you're trying to. Renard's map narrowed the search a lot more than I expected. But I'll be on my own from here on out. It's gotten to be one of these 3 buildings. So, let's go over what I know. I'm looking for a base operations of a mid-tier kind of pod. Rougher than a storefront, not as fortified as a headquarters. A location that makes customers feel safe, not trapped. Of course, if I just start knocking on doors, they'll probably find me. Weapons drawn. So if I want to be smart about this, I better use all my senses. Scope out, examine. So, oh, well, this is really cool. That's loud. Those are loud ass sound effects. Okay, Jesus. Jesus, calm down. Jesus. Okay. So what I'm looking for is, let's see, rougher than a storefront. Not as fortified as a headquarters. I want to see if you get probably over here, maybe. A bit cleaner than the other buildings around here. Could be someone spending money on upkeep. Or maybe this one's just been torn down and rebuilt at least. At least. There are a couple of bodies lingering around outside it. They don't exactly have that organized crime associate edge. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. A lot of pods will pay civilian good money just to keep their eyes open. It's certainly dark. But there's a camera out front and it's not broken. Or well, it's probably just some mechanic garage that shuts down the power to save money at night. Your terminal locked. Your terminal locked. Orca. Organized crime associate. Organized crime associate in the label is a label of most widely used within law enforcement for individuals who are members of criminal organizations, supplementing terminology used during the first half of the 21st century, in accordance with the changes of the organization of recruitment for and internal culture within organized crime. Frequently abbreviated with some artistic liberty as orcs, or the more common, orcas. Law enforcement professionals often use related nomenclature when discussing organized criminal activity in informal settings. For example, an orca may also be referred to as a killer whale, KO, or KW. A group of orcas may be called a pod, while a known gathering place may be labeled as a den. An orca, like the aminal. Let's go to this area. Well, this place looks like shit. Looks more like a haunted. Looks more like a haunted. Looks more like a haunt, just dry enough for users to pass out in than anything else. It's plenty inconspicuous, but a dealer of the level I'm looking for would be considered a made man respectable. A made man respectable. I doubt they'd be willing to step over trash constantly just to keep it low profile. Finally, this place. The windows are all dark, like no one's home. But they're all shut too, so it could be that they're just tinted. Alley's clear. Fire escape still there for the most part. Could pass for an moderate exit if need be. And that door looks sturdy enough to bounce a bullet off. Someone's been renovating. Okay. Might as well just pull the trigger. Dinging. Dingy, but not a shithole. Some secure features. But the paint's not too shiny. Goldilocks takes it. This is my best bet. But why? Why do I feel like I'm being watched? Oh, I'm blinded. Oh, my eyes. Hey! Great acting. You're supposed to be the lookouts? Hut. What'd you say? People come down here anonymous. People come down here to be People come down here to be anonymous, or the closest thing to in the modern day. It's considered poor etiquette to stare at anyone for more than a moment. It's a faux pas to make an effort to remember someone. Commenting on others' dress isn't a slap in the face, but it is odd. I like saving. I'm be saving a lot because that's why I save. I'm a frantic saver no matter what the circumstances. I save a lot. Go away. At least they can take a direction. Whatever. A lookout being around just confirms that I've picked the right building. Time to try the door. Want to make them open up. Call, money, knock. I'm gonna do money. I have money. Actually, I have dark card. That should have provoked a reaction. A grunt, footsteps, something. I placed my hand against the door, absentmindedly, ready to move to plan B. I feel movement. Locks being checked. Perhaps a door knob popped. Anxiety and curiosity pit against one another by an onlooking grade. How do you enter a closed room? First, you try pushing. When that doesn't work, naturally, you forget it. I'll find some other. No need for master keys or any other trickery. If you know what you're doing, the doors will open for you. Like magic. The door's not the only thing that's been reinforced around here. This apartment building, motel, whatever it used to be, someone's made a lot of effort to file it down. Always blocked off with chicken wire and stripped furniture, access panels ripped off of doors, welded shut. They took a maze and ground it down into a one-way street. Or maybe a shooting gallery with blaring musical accompaniment. Don't get any ideas. Got any vacancy? Got no vacancy. And here I thought I'd found my dream home. Mr. Call me Trey. And too bad. We're closed this month. Trey. Date of birth, April 2nd. Height, 177 centimeters. Taller than me, still. Weight, 62 kilograms. Blood type, O positive. Occupation, freelancer. I think for the stretch, I can... Likes vending machines, skate parks, ice chips. The fuck's an ice chip? Think for posture.
I was just thinking that
And
you
of course,
look like
thank
the
you
sort
for
of
the
person who
hydrate.
would enjoy one of our fairy kiss chillers.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Nice. Just like rich kids, fried food, cops. Loitering, 3 arrests, 0 convictions. Larceny, 2 arrests, 1 conviction. Truancy, no incidents have occurred. Let me try. Ain't too bad. We're closed this week. We're closed this month. Wait, you're serious? You rent these out? Of course we do. This is a business. Right, and you, seal off demand. This is a lower word, bitch. He sighs the word out, and he sighs the word without emphasis, like a subconscious honorific. I'm not honored, but I can't find it in myself to be offended either. Thought the stray ducks still pay top for a sight to lay low a night or two. I can see why. This is the hallway. Rooms are clean. Sure. Sure. Look, the doors are heavy, locks are all physical, it's quiet. So this is a safe house for rent. Safe rooms for rent. Well, like I said, we're open for business right now. Curious. Come on, up the stairs already. And no masks. And no mask when we get up there. Incuriouser. A good mask is like a good pair of boots in the lower wards. Keeps you clean. Keeps you moving. Makes your journey a dozen times more comfortable. If you leave the house barefoot, you can expect to bring back something unsavory attached to you. It's not odd for him to be barefaced, but demanding that I not wear mine is. Seriously? Stuff in your pocket now. Stuff in your pocket now. Say real quick. I don't want to deflect. Deflect. Forgot I was wearing it. Why so nervous though? We're not. I mean, I ain't nervous. Nothing to worry about then. Yeah, but you need to lose those gloves too. So that's their game. This isn't a power move. It's insurance. If this place ever gets busted, evidence of my visit will be all over the place. They're giving their customers extra incentive to make sure this shithole remains a hidden gem. A reasonable idea on their part, but it doesn't change my answer. That's not happening. Bitch. Whatever. Have fun explaining to the boss why you can't follow basic instructions. That does sound fun. Watch it. You're a guest here. A guest? A paying customer. If you try to get me to remove any more articles of clothing, I'm leaving a scathing review. You haven't paid yet. Come on. Right behind you. Well, I didn't accept. They're here. Yeah. Hey! I'll get the door. Yo, we bumpin'! Huh? Ah, I recognize those colors names. I recognize those colors or question marks. I see. They were the ones who beat up that the thing in the beginning. Red! Howdy. Howdy. Where the hell did you find her? Must have fallen out of the canopy like... Must have fallen off the canopy like ripe ass shit fruit. Cause it didn't fall out of the damn sky that me and Trey opened the door for her. Right, Trey? Tanks. Come on, she... Tanks. What a profile picture! Tanks! Birthday, August 11th. Height, 191. That's tall. Weight, 101 kilograms. Blood type, A negative. Occupation, handyman. Likes parkour, spray paint, stainless steel. Dislikes beer cans, water stains, cops. Assaults, 2 arrests, 0 charges pressed. Grand theft, 3 arrests, 2 convictions. Incarceration, I didn't read that in time. Incarcerations, I keep pressing out of it. Incarcerations, fuck me in the ass. Incarcerations, 18 months juvenile correction campus. Tanks, come on, she. How is it not to open a goddamn door? Well, she has. Shut up. The others aren't fazed by his volume. This is normal. The big guy is always like this. But his outburst is giving me a moment to take in this scenic view. Brings a tear to the eye. You! Me? Who else? Hit that! A cigarette? It's laced with drugs. Or don't. I love excuses to kick your ass back down those stairs. They think I'm a cop? They think I'm a cop. And cops can't use drugs when undercover. I could quote them the exact law that invalidates this legal defense. But I gather that wouldn't assuage their concerns. Well, what's it gonna be? Nah, I ain't smoking drug. That was in your mouth, man. What? Sorry. It's not that you're bad looking, it's just... Trey! Who the hell is this? Red bitch! You trying to trick us? She's a customer. I'm a customer! We got customers every other day of the goddamn year! Why does it bring her in here tonight? There we go. This is it. I found the place. Well? Creek, she's got... Look at me! Don't have to Creek! Talk to me! She's got a dark card. I ran in the cereal downstairs. Scanner got hot like a hand warmer trying to crunch it, so it's legal, right? Dark God, huh? Dark God, huh? Lakers Creek Kristoff. Date of birth, December 10th. Height, 178 centimeters. Weight, 76 kilograms. Blood type, O negative. Occupation, entrepreneur. Likes making money, making friends. Dislikes doctors. Grand theft, case dismissed due to lack of evidence. Extortion, case dismissed due to lack of evidence. Pronouns, any. Hell yeah! We love an any pronoun individual. Hell yeah! And .gun, huh? I know it. hard not to start playing a little more conservatively once you know the stakes. Whatever the specifics of their leadership structure, they're all looking at this creek right now. But I don't know his rhythm yet, so I can exactly match it. Who the fuck bought a thing for someone? What the fuck is happening? Oh, friend bought soak song for friend. For someone. Good for them. Good for them. Anyways. For the moment, silence is golden. Yeah, but tonight, Creek, with all the other shit we're extracting to shovel, expected to shovel even, I can't English good. Hey, shouldn't we talk that in front of the customer? Customer. You think the word was old toothpaste? Way she spat it out. Translation, outsider. Thanks. Yeah, Miller, I know. Miller. Heavens, Miller smile. Date of birth? Date of birth. October 6th. Height, 177 centimeters. Weight, 69 kilograms. Ayo. Blood type, B negative. Occupation, tradesman. Likes horror films, bubblegum, and terrariums. Dislikes books, gin, cops. Vandalism, 4 arrests, 4 convictions. Extortion, 2 arrests, 0 convictions. Littering, no incidents on record. All the more reason we should tell this bitch to get slagged. Look, she's here now. So why not take her money? Know what? I got a better idea. Applied directly to the forehead. The loud one, Tanks, is pressing a barrel directly into my forehead. Why not take her for all she's got? The metal feels cold on my skin. Reminds me of a stethoscope. Breathe in. And try not to sigh at the theatrics. Instead, make eye contact with Craig. Hey now. You put that away. He reholsters his firearm without so much as a click of the tongue. Mid-tears, like I thought. They've got something approaching discipline. Mind the safety. Get screwed! So, we good? We're good. We're good. We are good, right, Creek? Threading a thin needle, lady. A lot of moving parts. Near the surface there. Not even the parts near the surface there. Give me a minute to clear my schedule for you. Make yourself at home in the meantime. Just don't hover. Yeah? Of course. You won't even notice I'm here. Time to look around. First, let's save. Time to do a quick look around. Let's see here. Let's see here. Tester. Remark. Did I interrupt the game? Not your poison. 5 cards. Full blind. But, are those games? We're just screwing around with whatever we've got to kill time, lady. You know your stuff. You're a player around here. Now and then. Oh, I put on accident. The hell? You go slumming the card game? You don't sign for card games? Now and then. Have I seen you at a game before? Maybe up by the 30s? Sorry. Must have been some other redhead. Damn. But I'd finally gotten my second chance at getting that beauty's contact. You practice that one a lot? Practice a little. How's it working? Keep practicing. Damn. Hit and hit miss. Observe. You doing an inventory over here? Ouch. Must have caught you at the worst night of the quarter. Quarter? This isn't a mega operation, lady. We take inventory daily. Noun, derogatory slang for mega corporation, or one of their employees. Meg is a derogatory and hateful term used to refer to so-called mega corporations, or anyone who works for them. There are numerous unverified explanations for how the term originated. Some say it is a natural evolution from the slang word shark, which was used to refer to ruthless individuals or businessmen in the late 20th century. Others claim that Meg was originally short for Megan, a sort of archetypical individual that defended the contributions that corporations are made of society. Tired of having to read anti-industrial sentiments on the net? Check out our auto censor tools that replaces harmful words like Meg with friendly alternatives like job creator or patriot. I'm good. Thanks for the offer, but I'm good. Torture. You guys suggest we put it all down on a spreadsheet? Give everyone to sign off every hour? We got a special name for something with anything with more than one signature on it. A cricket case. Search us for combating racketeer combating racketeer influence and corrupt criminal organization act. The Combating Racketeer Influence and Corporation Criminal Organization Act provides for increased law enforcement powers and the impunity when investigating and prosecuting organized criminal charges. The CRICO Act allows for prosecutors to link multiple individual charges of racketeering, contraband, smuggling, or other smaller infractions into criminal or conspiracy charges against the entirety of a criminal organization. Though much of the law is built off previous legislature designed to assist prosecutors in fighting organized crime, the CRICO Act is distinct in that it makes clear the distinction between criminal organizations and corporations that may be organizing in violation of the law, considered necessary to adapt to changes in the drug trafficking, gambling, and sex work industries. Before CRICO Act, prosecutors would at times seek to designate corporations engaging in aggressive marketing or cartel-like behavior as criminal organizations, arguing that their structures does not significantly differ from what might be called a mafia. Post-CRICO corporations with legal business charters registered with the state are effectively immune to criminal conspiracy charges and are instead prosecuted through the trade courts. Some of the more liberal or leaning members of the judicial system have argued that this emboldens certain aggressive corporate behaviors and complicates attempts to prosecute criminal organizations who make some out of their profits through legal registered and operating businesses. Others point to the relatively higher penalties in the trade court as sufficient deterrent for criminal activities on the behalf of either corporate or mafia parties. In criminal courts, sentences for individuals can be as severe as life in prison. But in trade courts, guilty verdicts can result in entire companies being deregistered and all their assets being acquired as state. You also frequently search for how to avoid criminal charges. Easy 2086. Prisoner's Dilemma explained. Is illegal to gather with people. Lovely. He is corrupting the CRICO acronym a lot, but his risk assessment isn't misguided. Paperwork brings down more criminal organizations than guns ever will. Given a half-decent accountant, one thread to pull on, and we can rip apart the mafia in less than a business day. Hey, what Greek say? Don't hover? It's only hovering if I'm bothering you. Am I bothering you? If you're bothering me, you'd know it. Bye. Okay. Okay, what else is there? Check the door. What else is there? Look at here. What else is there? Look at here. Hello, thank you. Thank you for coming. Oh, God, my gosh, seriously. God, my curse everywhere. Hold on. This is made by. Where'd I get this from, actually? Where's this scarf from again? One second. Where did I get this scarf from? Who made this scarf? I forgot. It's been so long. It's been my fucking computer for a while. Bruna Irto. Ah, okay. It's made by this person, right? This comes with yes. This is where the scarf's are. Wait a second. This is where the scarf's from. If you want the scarf, this is where the scarf is from. And this lovely individual on Ko-Fi for free. Oh, they made new assets. Oh, they made new scarf too. That's cute. Hell yeah. They have a new asset set as well. This is both. Yeah, they have a new asset from this. Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh, cool. Anyways. Anyway, back to the game. Welcome in, Dizzy Blue. Welcome in. Hope you have a lovely Tuesday so far. Let's just quick. Let's just quick collect. I can't fucking. I know 2 things I can look at, 3 things I can look about in case I'm missing anything. Also, I realized mine was not ready to start doing Switch reading. I can feel my throat dying already. Fuck. It's fine. I'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? It's fine. What? Nothing. You're just kinda glaring at me. It's my job to glare at suspicious bitches like you. Tanks is just superstitious. Though I wouldn't call it superstitious until it stops keeping you alive. I am not! Did I pass a black cat on my way in or something? Here's your clothes. Again. Didn't know your fine establishment had a dress code. It's not a code. It's just bad goddamn luck to wear red. Bad luck. Bad luck to see red, man. Same thing. Nah. You see the red hood? Then you fear for your life. Cosplaying as her is weird. But it won't do you. Great. I'll only do less. I don't think I've heard this particular ghost story, boys. Nelly? You were blending in so well. The Red Riding Hood? The Shinigami? The Red Riding Hood? The Shinigami? Grim Reaper of the Lower Wards? Spawner on a misty night. End up dead by morning lights. Come on, Creek. Don't start that shit when you don't even believe it. Don't have to believe it to have heard the rhyme. You've never heard the Red Riding... You never heard the Red Riding Hood? You never heard of the Red Rider Hood? That'll go in the fall in a big red raincoat? Misted in the crossfire of a shootout between pigs and robbers? Wander the wards, speaking of revenge? Misted. Verb. Slang for shoot. Destroy. Kill. Especially against living things. A slang term meaning to shoot or to kill. That originates from the bloody spray produced when a modern firearm projectile makes contact with living tissue. Ergo, a gun that size could miss a crowd from 100 meters even if you weren't aiming. No. Never. Not even upper towners knew this stuff. You gotta tell me you've never heard of the Cyberpunk? Or the Little Lord next? Cyberpunk. Noun. A mythological, countercultural icon or way of being. Originally a term coined in a short science fiction story, and later having grown into a genre on its own. Cyberpunk or cyberpunk, no hyphen, cyber-punk or cyberpunk, historically has referred to a counterculture centered around the themes of underdogs resisting powerful corporations or governments forced through digital guerrilla warfare. While the genre has persisted to modern times and evolved into numerous ways over the last 2 decades, it has taken new meanings as a kind of mythologized way of being for the adolescent or disaffected to aspire to a code of conduct that emphasizes anti-authoritarianism, community organizing, corporate disengagement, and social economic consciousness. The so-called singular cyberpunk has become the 21st century man without a name, a wanderer with their own rule of law. Cultural critics Simon Essentia summarize the appeal as thus: there's no such thing as a 21st century hero. Is it any wonder the most valuable among us turns to the past for guidance? Users also frequently search for "Get ready with me, cyberpunk." The 99 Man explained. Are co-ops legal? Guess I don't have a good ear for this kind of thing. Or maybe you're just not as smart as you think you are. Says the grown man, sweating because of a ghost story. How about I take extra care not to walk under any ladders for the rest of the night, and we call it an even? I'm gonna need... Where'd you find a... Oh! Do you mean stepladders? Now who's afraid? You look pale as spit. Because for some reason, I just got the horrible feeling that I lost a bet. Huh? Lost a bet. That door isn't really as sturdy as the one out front, but a lot more slapped together. What was it originally? That a walk-in freezer or something? What? No, We had an agreement about hovering, yeah? Yeah? It's barred for it from the side. You good, buddy? Looking a little sweaty. Well, that's just because I was exercising before you showed up. Uh-huh. Bitch, you don't believe me? I didn't think we defend what's ours down there. I assumed the gunner was acquainted with just now, later on. Think we can afford to break the bank on bullets? These are to buy a gun. Pulling the triggers. Also easy. Like kissing a goodbye. No, Ratchet go out once the first one it gets. And aversion to firearms. We're explaining the relatively low fatalities for gang-related violence. The big names can afford to buy a new gun every week. But for everyone beneath them, it comes down to crowbars, gloves, knives, and mods. Well, I'm sure you all do very well in your fistfights. Fistfights is juvenile. Sounds like a reason of shit. Sorry. Fisticuffs? Laugh it up. The first time you hear the sound of a steel alarm makes caving his skull in, you know exactly how we operate. Right. Sorry. Alright. Come here, pull up a chair. Let me ask you something before we get started. What was your first job? What was your first job? Waitress. Waitress. You remember this feeling? 9 p.m. Diners filtered out. Doors closed at 10. You start turning off the grills, digging out the trash, selling them down. And then some mouth breather comes in at 9:40 with big blank eyes expecting you to find him a table. Yeah? Yeah, asshole. Maybe. Not breaking any rules. Can arrest him. Can't shoot the guy. Even if you want to. So, related note? You're here to buy. A paying customer. Easy to have you. Happy to have you, even. Just read the room, okay? Sure. And buy. No haggling. Now, what are you here for? Well, can't be honest about that. Time to build the story. I have 7 pings. What the fuck is happening? Why do I have 7 pings? They're not important. That's why. Okay. Moving on. This creek seems less high-strung than the others. He must have a few years and a couple of promotions under his belt. He might be on the 3rd floor at the moment, but in spirit, he's still on the street, earning. Everyone above him is in more managerial positions. He's in between grounds, isolated. And he seems entertained by my Poke the big guy. Putting that on together, I'm not actually here for myself. Truth is, I can't hear anything over the damn screen. I grabbed the remote sitting on the edge of the desk and turned off the screen. And that's better. The hell you do that for? It was too loud. Well, we like it loud. Screw with the bugs and wires and cops. Are you a cop? Keeping it at that volume could damage your ears. You'd end up yelling all the time. Relax, Tank. Like I was saying, I'm actually here for someone else. My boss. To tell you the truth. Oh, that sucks. Does your regional manager want a made-to-order heart attack at his retirement party or something? You're not that far off. His son's turning 18, and he wants a party. An organic party. What's that supposed to mean? Hell if I know. But a coworker let slip that I smoked a few times in college. So the boss goes and hands me his dark card, slaps me on the rear, and sends me down here. Told me to get everything his son needs for the best graduation ever. That's rough. A pretty lady like yourself shouldn't be stuck running errands in this hour. Not in this part of the city. It's not safe. Speaking of which, Miller, stand up. Raise your hands. I oblige. The lanky one keeps staring at me oddly, looking me up and down. It's not complimentary. He's searching for something. See? Normally I would never be as bored or a host of a nice customer, but bosses, right? Yeah. Mine have been real micromanaging lately. It's kind of becoming a problem. So, we're taking a little more care about new faces. Tuxedo jacket, around the left pocket. His eyes are modded. Did I give it away with my body language? Something to share with the class? Already had that, maybe. Yes. I have an F on me. Should I have declared that in my papers? Would have been the polite thing to do, yeah. There for my manners. But a pretty lady like me, in this part of town, guess I was just being careful about around new faces. Alright. You're there, keep it! You're there, keep it! Hey God, you here to protect us? Have to wonder though. Why do high-power corporate movers, Shaker, come in person? Welcome to us! Why not go cross skywalk over the nearest Ikaria owned dispensary? KG, right, aren't we, boys? The hell are they so suspicious for? And who are the Ikaria? The name sounds vaguely familiar, but... Well... I can read between the lines. They're the competition. So if the Blue Bloods are being this cautious around a paying customer, I can shame them over it. Blue Blood, an international criminal organization known for extorting corporations through shipping ports. Sorry. international criminalized organization most commonly known as the Blue Bloods, organized in the earliest 21st century as an offshoot of an Eastern Hemisphere triads that subsumed various dockworker unions, loosening international corporate regulations and decreasing job opportunities at the time made it difficult for traditional unions to gather and maintain bargaining power. Simultaneously, many triads struggled as increasing nationalism around the globe, combined with the improvements in border security, made the profit margins for smuggling smaller and smaller, even as demand for foreign goods went increasingly up met. Historians and chronologists debate on the exact origin of Blue Bloods. Even among ex-members, there remains debate about which side approached which, or when Blue Bloods became a distinct identity. What is agreed upon is that by the mid-21st century, the Blue Bloods were a significant presence in every major trade port around the world, smuggling goods across borders and extorting multinational corporations by threatening to withhold or destroy merchandise as they entered the company. The country even, not company, country. Domestically, the Blue Bloods seem to have given serious consideration towards legitimizing even, their activities for the time, acquiring legal charters for business for many of their shipping and security operations during the 2050s. This same time period also saw a cooling of hospitalities between the Blue Bloods and many of their rivals, with gang-related violence dropping precipitously. Civil disruptions and suspected changes in leadership during the 60s, however, reversed this trend. While the Blue Bloods remain a major part of the global criminal trafficking market, their status of criminal concern was officially downgraded to moderate by the state during the 2070s. Most criminologists agree that their national presence is not relatively weak, and has remained so far long enough that their organization's global leadership is likely uninterested in expending the resources it would take to change the status quo. A lot of reading in this game. I'm gonna quickly go refill my water real quick. And then we're gonna go be right back. Return. Be right back. And I return. There we go. What's this for? What do you need for? What do you want? What do you want? What do you need for? Oh, what do you want? Nothing? Okay. Anyways. Back to the game. We got more water as well. Did that as well? Alright. I mean, sure. Everyone knows the Ikaria have taken the lion's share of the city. I just didn't realize that they had a monopoly, too. Hey, get us straight. The Ikaria won't be on top anymore once we... Never mind. Can we not do business? No one said that. No one said that. So, will it be? Well, I don't know. I don't want any of these kids choking on their own phone. Even if it'd be easy to watch. I figured I'd just buy a bunch of downers and maybe a handful of uppers. Let half of them get high off the atmosphere. Downers, huh? We've got the new titration of lime. Lasts for hours. Yeah. They can stir it into their waters down. They can stir it into their watered down beers. Wait. New titration? No one's gonna shit themselves, are they? No? Not until, the morning, at least. Alright. Well, I can live with that. What have you got on the other end? Got plenty. Long as I don't mind hippos. Hypodermics. I feel those baby shark types were to get nervous around needles. You got anything they can inhale? Well, got a lot of nerve. Vast bum. High plateau and a smooth ride down. Bestseller. Sounds great. Unfortunately, it's in hot demand, so... Nirvana. Showing terms for metahexfentanyl. No, not fentanyl. Phenylene. Metahexfenylin is an illegal stimulant sold in black market as a recreational drug under the street name Nirvana, sometimes shortened to Nerve. When taken as an inhaler, it is a euphoriant with mild hallucinogenic properties. In recent months, its growing popularity has led to many to suspect that the drug is being assessed for legalization by the Bureau of Narcotic Oversight. The process is considering a drug for legalization is kept strictly confidential in order to prevent rapid speculation in the pharmaceutical market. However, increasing in sales of the precursor chemicals for making metahexfenol seem to indicate that producers are anticipating its legalization nonetheless. The relative obscurity of said precursor chemicals has made the uptake particularly noticeable, and supply has not been able to keep up with this elevated demand.
Possession, production of, use of, or trafficking in methamphetamine is a crime. Even the drug is legalized. Previous violations of narcotics law are not granted amnesty.
Wow! Fun! Crimes! I get that he's selling me drugs. But does he really have to sell me drugs? Hey, it's not my card anyway. Charge it. Gladly. Tapping away at his tablet like this, he almost looks white collar. It checks out, right? The cereal's legit, so... Yeah, man. You already said that. It's encrypted, Trey. It's not meant to be a one-tap purchase. Dark card. The gold standard of untraceable fund transfer among the criminal and financial elite. Like crypto, but better. I guess. I don't fucking know. Not my expertise. Your average citizen wouldn't recognize it as anything special. It looks like any other credit or debit card. Only reason I recognized it is because they got flashed all the time back at my apprenticeship. Mostly for drawing lines, but sometimes for purchasing. Hard to convert the funds back into cash, but if you want to buy or sell on the black market, you couldn't ask for better. So what the hell is going on? I'm dangling some very enticing bait here. An amendable mark. Spending money that's not her own. They should be salivating over me. Instead, they're practically x-raying me. Why? Interesting decor. Finally, someone noticed. It's nice, right? It's called cherry wood. That the katana? Redid the paint myself with the finish I imported. It is a nice piece of furniture, Greg. But I was referring to your paperweight. Oh! Yeah. That. You like it? I think yes. I like it. I like it. Sure. There's a certain rustic simplicity. Though it's not exactly gleaming. Have you considered giving it a polish? That'd be a crime. Oh. Polishing off the battle scars from a hard-won prize? It's not yours? Something I picked up on the job. A masculine voice, muffled, possibly gagged, and stifled, as if pained. Seems like I'm not their only guest tonight. Really wish you'd left the music on, lady. Sorry, you say something? I completely spaced out just now. Didn't hear a word you said. Okay. That's okay. I didn't say anything. Guess you aren't so stupid you can't even mind your own business. Guess you aren't so stupid. You can't even mind your own business. Speak of my business. How we looking? How we looking? The card's still processing. Sorry about that. Guess it takes time to snake a wire through enough pinholes that even the mighty state can't track it. It takes power, too, apparently. Battery's plummeting. Ah! Bah. Dark guard. Almost more trouble than it's worth. Definitely didn't do its previous owner any good. Before it, I palmed it off his corpse. Your boss must be careful, guy. Debilitating you to come down here with this. Yeah, maybe. Not very smart, though. He has no idea what any of this should cost. Ah. If I treat myself after I finish here, it's not like he'd even know the difference. Good on you. Ripping off the bastard. A woman after my own heart. There it is! No, I just need 2 thumbs and a password for verification, and we're good. Golden. There a problem? Yeah. Is there a problem? No. No problem. Sir, it's just something I heard. And what's that? The Blue Bloods have gotten something special in recently. Can't trust everything you hear out there. Or read. Or see. No, of course not. But it is true? But is it true? A no mask. Like the man said, you gotta be careful what stories you listen to. Come on. What could it even cost? A couple $1,000? I wouldn't know. I'm no art appreciator. But I do know that it's rare. Fun fact. No means talent. But I don't think that translation does it justice, even. Less than a dozen people on the planet can make them. What's so special about it? I mean, them, if they exist, which they, don't. Very smooth there, Trey. Very smooth. If you want a mask, you already got one on your chin, lady. State puts a cameras. Put on masks. State eyes, layered scans. We wear helmets. High tech climbs higher. Low tech punches lower. Back and forth. Up the escalators. But no mask got tech that can't be answered. Scissors sharp enough to cut rock. Anti-facial recognition. Fracturalized. Actual defense. Any camera scanner or ad looks at that mask, they'll see a face. Now, the legal distinction of any intelligent electronic entity, abbreviated as an as AD or ad, referred to in common conversations as ad or ads, automated or independent, is a catch-all term encompassing robots, intelligent programs, interactive holograms, and androids, as are present both digitally and physically in every industry and nation on the planet, assisting in everything from data management to physical labor. In the mid-21st century, lobbyists pushed through new tax classification to define intelligent machines that were neither salaried employees nor mere equipment, because it afforded tax breaks and lighter tariffs. The term became so commonly used that it spread to all branches of the robotic industry, from which point it began to penetrate into everyday speech and pop culture. Some societies argue that the term owes its popularity not simply to its brevity and prevalence, but to its ability to draw a distinction between the commonplace robots, androids, smart UIs, etc., and the internationally illegal artificial intelligence. Thinking of this term may incur an account flag. Read more about how we cooperate with authorities to combat disinformation here. I don't give a shit about your how you combat disinformation, motherfucker. I don't give a shit about your disinformation combatants. Within a face until visual error. Forget hiding from cameras, searching for blind spots. With a no mask, you could just walk down the busiest street in the city. No. Noun, classical Japanese mask, dance, drama. No, translated literally as ability, is a well-renowned form of Japanese dance theater with traditions and codified performances dating back to its 14th century, strictly regulated by the Imoto system, in which a singular heir inherits all authority, mastery, and secret technique of their predecessor. No strict adherence, tradition, and seniority have made it difficult for the practice to spread and flourish during the 21st century. Performers wear archetypical costumes and masks, and must convey emotion through precise movements. The masks are masterly crafted, with such that a singular static mask can convey sorrow, fury, joy, and terror by merely angling the head differently. And brick every camera half a kilometer. You know your stuff. Buyer beware. But if this mask could do half what you think it could, and anyone got their hands on it, wouldn't part with it easily. So how much? Ha! More than you could afford, that's for sure. I don't know about that. I've got pretty nice stock options. Maybe you do have money. That's not the issue. I can't sell it. It's already been spoken for. End of discussion! Sure. You can't sell something that's been spoken for. But things get misplaced all the time. Delivery carriers showing up at the wrong address. Missing packages ending up in the backs of storage facilities. Merchandise falling off the back of the proverbial truck. You want sent home here on some errand. Shit. What? What is it? Take a long look, boys. Of course, you may never get another chance. We're breathing the same air as a genuine consultant. She's gonna make spy? If I was, couldn't exactly come out and say. Now could I? Oh shit! Is it really this easy? Yeah, that's real smart talk. Maybe one reason I shouldn't paint your brains on the wall. Because I still haven't paid for my purchase. Definitely got the nerves of a consultant. They teach that at some fancy uptown corpo school? Or was it something you were born with? Something I was born with? Probably. But believe it or not, I'm glad we're having this conversation. Honestly, honesty always speeds up the negotiation. So in the spirit of cooperation, why don't you start being honest too? How's that? You don't want my money, traceable or otherwise. Only reason you'd entertain a customer while in the middle of whatever bottleneck you're keeping behind that door. Is it because I have something rare that you desperately need? Don't assume desperation or need. How about want? You want the dark card itself. Not whatever shit-going currency it owns. What's that? To steal from your bosses, even. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. They're the ones sent from us. Yes, I'm sure you have very legitimate grounds for the wage theft suit. But I don't care. Whether it's for running it away, stealing off the top, or just an insurance. You want a wallet they don't have eyes on. And since your tall friend hasn't missed it yet, it seems like you're willing to barter for it. So, the card for the mask. Not even close. The card, plus 2 quarters worth of my salary. That's nearly. Nah, sister. You know the cash for this purchase. It ain't the kind of thing you can get a loan from the bank for. I don't like it, but not cash then. Might as well try it. What about information instead? I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it would have to be one hell of a piece of intel. I could give you heartbreak. What'd you say? Funny. That is funny. Heartbreak. The famous anarch terrorist in the country. At some Meg's beck and call. Upgraded. Anarcho-terrorist now? Ugh. Lots of people were laughing very hard having shorted the right stock before each of his kills. Hold up, seriously? No. Why do people buy this conspiracy shit so easily? I don't get the joke. Why do we want heartbreak? to learn from him, make an example of him, hire him. You blue bloods are fighting the rest, the Ikaria, the state, and everyone who wants a piece of for decades. Yet Heartbreak's gotten more notoriety than all of you combined in only a few months. There's really nothing you'd want to say to him. Nothing you want to ask him. If he was sitting right in front of you,
The following scenes contain loud noises, flashings of light, depictions of violence and gore.
hell of a bluff. I'll give you that. Thought it was worth a try. Thought it was worth a try. Sorry. Just procrastinating. Having to go back on my superiors empty-handed. Nah, it was good. Good effort. And I'm still interested in the Dark Guard. It's just that mask is a death sentence, crafted specifically for one very special customer. I'm just the one given the honor of hanging on to it until... Sound like you've got your own office politics to worry about. Getting pulled in every direction. I know the feeling. Well, that was a bunch of drama for nothing. You're gonna buy or what, Creek? No, I'm still buying. Not for some kid's party, though, obviously. Plan is, we're gonna spike the competition at this meet and greet. Make the customer think they're drooling idiots. The mess was always a long shot. I was just personally curious. Curiosity can get you into trouble down here at the bottom of the world. Don't worry. I like to think I know a thing or two about discretion. I can see that. Let's wrap this up then. Your password? Many thumbs, please. Sure. I'll just take off my gloves here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I make a snap with my right hand, as the left extends towards the desk. Via discretion advised! If you don't like loud noises, flashes of light, depictions of violence and gore, please look away now. Please get off the screen now. 5, 4, 2, 1. Real quick, before I forget, do you beg for all this? Yeah, actually, the hell? Only need to distract him for a second. Less than one heartbeat. Look at her smiling. She happy. Oh, she got a new gun too. Hell yeah. She got a whole ass new gun. Fuck yeah. Come on, fam. I did tell him to mind safety. Oh. The big one made a small noise as he looked down to see his own gun had blown a fist-sized chunk out of his torso. Holy shit! He jumped up fast. I was expecting to blow his head off. From behind, emotion a sharp charging towards me. Spinning left, I draw my knife, exhale, and lower my shoulders. There. A loudly broadcast haymaker swing in front of his right. Swing in from his right. Bad instinct. He must have gotten used to those sparklers, making people flinch. I step in. His bicep smacks dully into my shoulder as I place my knife directly into his cartilage. Carotid even. He's gripping that knife with all the strength he has left. Wait. Is he really trying to pull it out? Someone been stabbed! What do? When applying first aid to a puncture when removing the foreign object is not recommended, as this can greatly increase the rate of blood loss. Apply pressure to the wound immediately. Another bad instinct. Oxygen cut off the brain. Already losing vision. And dropped with the grace of a garbage bag hitting the bottom of the dumpster. So that just leaves. Hasn't moved a muscle. Newest member. Weakest in the pack. Personally, I wouldn't have given the new guy guard duty. But hindsight's 2020. The gun's double-barreled. 2 shots spent. And Miller still has my knife in a literal death grip. I'll just have to improvise for this last one. What the hell? Why not? Oh shit! Although, come to think of it, how do you use this thing? Aim for the bleachers, I guess. Oh, fuck! Of the devil! Episodes 2 is due! Barely got 3 centimeters into his neck. Must have hit a vertebrae and stopped dead. Still, got the job done after a few whacks, but, well, it was my first time using a sword with the sword, and I've never been very good at anything the first time. I've always needed lots of practice. Okay, the music should have deadened the sound of the gunfire, and that gun was heavily modified. If it somehow still had its tags, they can't possibly be functioning properly. So I've got a window of opportunity. First things first. Gloves back on. Shit. Wow. Someone's lively. Who the hell? Some kind of mod keeping him alive? More cruelty. Under his circumstances. I could hear that slug tear his intestines apart. The pain alone would have knocked him out cold, yet his fingers are limp, his eyes are sharp. paralyzed. There are rules, I thought. Blood's pooling fast. You've got 4 minutes. 4 minutes? For what? Everything. You're no Meg Assassin. You're too talkative. Who sent you? Fox? Grey Lady? All that red should have... You the Rast's newest rabbit dog? Caradu? It's cute how you all give each other nicknames. You're... Billion? Where's the mask? What? Go to hell! You just looked right at the desk drawer. I thought you said you played poker. Need your keys. A civilian. Thief. Theft is victimless. It's robbery when violence is involved. You're just out of your goddamn mind. I'm the last person you'll ever talk to, Greg. Your choice. But do you really want to be rude? You seem like you can take it. The key clicks into the small safe. I pull upon the door to reveal paperwork. Page after page of spreadsheets and diagrams and text, all printed in red. Is this important? Huh. So considerate. Nah. Just do it anywhere. Okay. I was joking! 3 minutes now. Sarcasm will cost you time you don't have. There it is. A gleaming darkness at the back of the safe. You owe this. All of us. For that? For that? I get asked that question a lot. Wouldn't you feel better if I just killed you? For a different reason? If I had a good reason for blowing a hole in your stomach, would it have hurt any less? You've still got more than 2 minutes. Plenty of time. I could spin up whatever fairy tale you'd like to put you to bed. Bring the mask to my face, and for a brief moment, the surface seems to rise. Is it trying to adjust itself to me? Does it make sense? Mask so bad? It's as hideous as you on the inside. Barefaced either. Hit a nerve? Must be the worst kind of feeling. Being seen by someone you can't even hurt anymore. While I see you heartbreak. Yeah, big bad, faceless. I'm just a dumbass punk. Don't flatter yourself. It's not that you're particularly perceptive. I just don't have anything to hide when a corpse is talking. First honest thing you've said. So what gives HBK? You're clearly not an idealist. The terrorism, rebellion, theories out the window. You go around killing because your daddy smacked you around? Your mommy not hug you enough? My father never laid a hand on me. My mother hugged me. A sufficient amount. So what the hell is your excuse. I don't make excuses. Then what the hell is wrong with you? Less than an hour. I could spend that time making up a diagnosis if you like. Or would you prefer I just come over there and squeeze? How many? Another question. Straight out the greatest hit. How can I put this? How many times have you eaten bread? Never! Got a gluten thing, bitch! Whatever. Point is, I'm not a collector. This is not my hobby. I do not keep count. There is no code. I do what I want as often as I want to. Do what thou wilt. Hold of the law, is it? Don't know what you're referring to. Don't know what you're referencing. But from where you're sitting. Do I really look like the law-abiding type? Bring the mask back down to my face and feel it briefly writhe. Again, even. Forget it. At least I know you deserve what's coming. I had a lot of empty threats in people's last moments, Greek. They've never been memorable. Though to that mask was a death sentence. It was spoken for. They called it a huntsman. They called it a huntsman from overseas. Home turf. Huntsman can become anyone. Go anywhere. Kill anything. Supposed to come over and slaughter the rest. That mask was part of his payment. You're looking for it. Possession is nigh. Hence of the law. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Finders keepers. Gah, forget it. Let me scare you. Huntsman, hunter. Too many meanings lost. Always thought better translation was pelt taker. You'll find you. Bring you alive. Wear your skin. And go and Morgan. She laughs. What a face. Should have taken you upon dipping out early. Everything's being done and stared at a face. A face like that. So, a huntsman coming to get me. Nah. The dead and the dying make for strong bluffers. And I have seen more than a few of them try their hand at improv. Let it move. I need to scuff things up a bit more. Make this look more like an orca shootout than, well, a visit from me. The sword was not worth the effort. Lesson learned, but now I have to remove it from this next part. His eyes. Can't tell the model from the outside, but I can make a strong educated guess at the price range. If they back up any data, it can't be more than once an hour. It'll be 10 o'clock soon. I'm gonna need something with some heft to it. Skull. See you never. Well, the bat's definitely spent, but his eyes are no longer a problem. And the sword is fine where it is. Not gonna tempt fate and risk nicking myself with it. Weapons are inherently disposable. I can go with anything. so I'd never bothered to retrieve one from a dead man's grave. But I might have need for a knife again shortly. So I'll be taking this back, Miller. As a pry. Why is it the dead are always grasping? That's all the burning issues addressed. Time to take care of the chores. I had to remove my gloves to convince them I could use the dark card. That means I handled all the murder weapons with my bare hands. Obviously, I'll need to wipe my prints off this gun and my knife. But I put my gloves on before opening Creek's safe and cracking Tress's skull. So what does that leave? Focus. No mistakes. This is the remote I used to distract the bad guy, the big guy. Need to wipe my prints off it, of course. But should I turn the music back off? No, it was playing when I first walked in. Best to preserve continuity. And besides, what was it you said? We like it loud. Screws the bugs. He was right about that much. A little smoke screen never hurts. The sword. The sword. I gripped the handle with both hands when I brought it down to his neck. Thinking back, I dragged the tip across the floor, didn't I? Shit. Probably got Miller's blood in it. That's sloppy. And stupid. Why the hell did I... No, forget it. There's nothing I can do about it anyway. Fingerprints can be wiped. There's no cleaning agent on Earth that can wipe blood from a modern forensics team. And I'm not looking to do an encore performance of my reaction to this goddamn fickle bobbies. What else is there to look at? Anything else? The card. The dark card played its role as banked perfectly, even if it's the reason I'm having to go around waving off prints. I'll never be able to pull funds off it, but I might be able to use it again if... It's stuck. Creek must have dropped harder than I realized. Getting shot in the stomach must have helped with handling delicate electronics. Doesn't help with handling delicate electronics. No way I'm gonna risk taking the whole reader with me. It could have any number of pings and strings leading back to the manufacturer, or even the blue bloods themselves. No, I'll wipe the dark card off and then put the whole reader back on the desk. For all anyone knows, Creek's pod mugged it off some slummer, and we're trying in vain to get beer money off it. Right, the keys. I took off him to open the safe. The blue bloods are going to find out I took the mask eventually, but I see no reason to give them any hints. And on the off chance the police get here first, I'd rather they not investigate this as a robbery. All that to say, I can have these back. You can have these back, Creek. Enjoy. Paperwork. That's it. Nothing else. We're gonna leave the paperwork on the table? Okay. Okay then. Everything. Okay, that's everything I look at, I think. Nothing to find here. Well, guess you pants. I can't exactly spend all night on this. Am I good here? Double check real quick. Everything. That's done. That's done. Door. Screen. Remote. I want to put the files away. But it doesn't let me do that, so I can do that. Chair. I think I'm good. I don't see anything else to do. Let's call it here. Might regret it later, but let's call it here. Yeah. Okay, this feels like the scene's been set. Yay, got money! It's a strange sensation. Racing your own presence. A sense of supremely private accomplishment. I like placing the last piece into milk white jigsaw piece puzzle and then throwing it in the trash. It sounded pleasant, but I can't linger here any longer to savor it. Time to draw this to a close. Hello there. Thank God for the mask. I can still tell it smells god-awful in here, but it's bearable. Rehydrated, sweat and vomit. Scents full of adrenaline and sickly heat. Unfiltered. I'd be at risk of getting sick. If it weren't for all the blood. Right. What to do with you? Blindfolded, gagged, hands bound above him with plastic ties and linen wrappings beaten, bloody, and drugged. These syringes. They wanted him to stay conscious. Not very popular, are you? Still, you're not dead. And with these kinds of injuries, you won't die soon. Not without a push. That might be the most charitable thing to do under these circumstances. You must have wished for death at least once during all this torture. Too bad. The bat that barred the door is now in splinters. Anyone walking in after me won't realize that this room was locked from outside. If this captive had somehow gotten his hands on a blade, there'd be nothing stopping him from stepping out here and butchering his captors. The Blue Bloods will want someone to blame for the deaths of the 4 of their men. And unlike the police, they won't be bothered arresting an innocent man and putting him up on trial for the world to see. They'll wrap things up for me. Hold that for me. As for the gun... What's the... All I did was tuck the gun into your waistband, pal. Oh. Okay, I can see how that would be distressing under the circumstances. Well, you can relax without that. It's not loaded. A few minutes from now, you're gonna wish it was. Out again already. Rest up while you can. When you wake up, you'll want to start running. Bye-bye, scapegoat. 3:35 p.m. August 1st, August 14th, 2086. Ooh. Like I said, Iras... Irashai... Pardon? Keep working on it, kid. Bar Kintsugi. Is she on work? Is she in her car? Is she? Is she, as they say, on the clock? Didn't mean to interrupt you in the middle of training your new employee. How's it working? How's it working out? She's... Is it she? It is she, right? Never worked this close with an ad before. She is unbearably forgiving, so I doubt you'll just get sued. She's fine. Good at cleaning. Precise with her mixing. Knows a hell of a lot of trivia. Oh, Jackalus. Love with the younger crowd, I think. This is the place with the android bartender. Sounds like I installed a new karaoke machine. I didn't know you had anchor crowd. Funny! What's that make you, Grandma? More of a learning curve onto her than I was expecting. Did you cheap out on her base installs? It looks like I have to teach her everything. Trust me, there's nothing cheap about Sarah. Sarah! Birthday August 29th! Height 160 centimeters. I'm taller than her! Yay! Oh, thank you. Thank you. I thank you. I try. I try my hardest with my limited vocal range. Thank you. Height 160 centimeters. I'm taller than her. Yay! Weight
199.99 kilograms.
Blood type U. AD. Occupation paralegal. Apprentice. Kintsugi. Likes split field diopter. Wing Chun. Folding clothes. Why do you like folding clothes? Wait, why do you like folding Sarah? Why do you like folding clothes? Dislikes mops. Fire alarms. Variety packs. Useless talent. I can do a full split. That is not useless. Fave quotes. As you think, so shall you become. Confession. I tried to use Adonai's makeup and broke a lipstick. Oh wait, I remember the voice again. I remember the voice again right now. Last time I played this game. I can do a whole split, but that is not useless. I tried to use Adonai's makeup and broke a lipstick. I remember now. I gave her my Chunibyo voice. The voice. I gave official. Princess and Dodred Ertelon. Trust me. There's nothing cheap about Sarah. But yes, she can take a minute when learning the ropes. Grin and bear it a little while longer. When she does find her footing, she'll have you worried about your job security in no time. Keep it up. Keep it up. I didn't have to do you a favor for hiring her, you know. Favor? Plenty of people out there who would kill to work at an up-and-coming bespoke establishment like Bar Kitsurugi. I can say my fucking bar place correctly. I think I hear them pounding the door now. Technically, legally, you didn't hire anyone. I generously agreed to loan you my android during the hours when I have no use for it. These kinds of arrangements aren't uncommon. Androids can, in theory, work 24 hours a day indefinitely, but their users can't. Parents come home from work, people go to sleep, staff take holidays, offices close for the night. The end result of all that slack is that a lot of androids spend a good portion of their operating time waiting around. So, the more enterprising owners loan them out during that downtime, ideally to businesses with complimentary working hours. There are plenty of apps and HR software to help arrange it all. But Sarah's apprenticeship wasn't that on the books. After the fallout around David's death settled down, I came to realize exactly how shortchanged I was in our paralegal agreement. She's handy for research and road work, of course, but she barely sleeps, rarely eats, finishes paperwork at light speed. I was spending more time finding shit to keep her busy than was actually working. And of course, I value my alone time. It was on one of those long walks of mine that I encountered a clever called Renard. Was having trouble getting this bar up and running. Takes a village to keep the world's most advanced android busy. Yeah, alone, whatever. Sarah's the one who clocks in and clocks out, does the work, cleans the bathrooms. She's an employee. If she was an employee, you'd have to cover her benefits. Out of my current income bracket, I checked 3 times. Wait, you're not taking her paycheck, are you? It's not a paycheck. Don't lawyer me out of this shit. Sarah can't earn a paycheck. She's not a person. If she walks like a person and talks like a person and works like a person. The Supreme Court disagrees. By 13-0. Yeah, well, Supreme Court have been wrong about that kind of thing before, haven't they? Do I hear a touche? Sarah, tell boss here what you spend your salary on. Finally got your goddamn resume. Finally got your goddamn profile. Renard Boss Diamani. Date of birth, June 15th. Height, 184 centimeters. Shorter than me. Weight, 85 kilograms. Blood type, A+. Occupation, owner-operator. Kintsurugi. Not Kintsurugi. Kintsurugi. Likes libraries, boating, fast learners. Dislikes marketing, solicitors, citing things. Collects ancient coins. Pet peeves. Web pages that take too long to load. Don't mention speed at which Kintsurugi's site loads. I see. Something tells me it loads slow. I have started purchasing cases of wine. What? Wait, that's what those deliveries were? As the wine apprentices, its resale value will increase. Especially if I can predict which vintages will be in high demand. Since I don't have a bank account, I can't earn interest in the traditional sense. But if I stay up to date on the sommelier reviews... So, you'll resell the wine at a profit. And what will you do with that money? Oh.
Stop it. You're making her depressed.
I did also purchase a cache of sheet music. What? What for? Practice. You're muttering. Forget it. None of my business. Speaking of business, the place isn't exactly packed.
Well, you volunteer to help with that? There are lawyer bars, right? Right? Where all the lawyers go after trials. Kinsadagi could be the lawyer bar.
Yeah, those lawyer bars are usually close to the courthouse, though.
Just don't. Everything's signed and paid. I can't think about what ifs on location anymore. This is the spot that was available, and I need a soda water with all this stress in my stomach. Sarah! 10 bar!
Ahem. Ahem. I really should have bought myself some cough lozenges before I got home. I forgot how much reading was in this game. I should have got myself some Halls or some Ricola, but I forgot to do that, and I can't do that now. It's way too late in the day. Fuck. Oh well. Ahem. What are you buying, stranger? What was that? Bart has been teaching me his bar-side manner. He says that his clientele expect a certain degree of maturity when they come here. So you're using a deeper voice? Is it not working? Please, let me know when you're ready to order. Aw, poor Sarah. She wants to do her job right. Peruse. Inspect. Rain. Ryan? Rain. Ryan. I don't know his fucking name. His name here. Ryan must have searched for months to find an affordable underground real estate that wasn't flooded. Or already flooded, filled with the brim with server farms. Putting Sarah on cleaning duty was a good call. If any of the tiling on here starts to grime up, could start feeling like a subway station bathroom real fast. I saw something. Article! Did someone leave this behind after their lunch break? Could be trouble if they've left anything work related on here. I'll help them out by throwing it to the trash. After I'm done reading. Sirius debuts new fuel, named in new lawsuit. Last month, Dr. Sirius made waves in the scientific community for the dozenth time in their storied career. When they announced that they had patented the process of distilling a new helium-based fuel, one intended to replace hydrogen in combustion engines ranging from personal vehicles to full-sized freighters. Only a few days later, they made headlines again when that patent was leaked to the global net. Oh no. Now, Proteca, an investment firm, and longtime financial backer of Dr. Sirius, has filed a lawsuit alleging not only that Dr. Sirius failed in their responsibilities to protect their investment, but actually allowed the leak to occur. We sat down with Dr. Sirius to ask them to respond to the suit's allegations and to question them about their recurring legal woes. For those who may not be familiar, what makes your process for distilling helium fuel so valuable?
In this world, if you're not plugged into the outlet, you're running on a battery, or you're burning fuel. Batteries are useful, but they scale poorly. A battery-powered phone is light enough to be weightless in your pocket. A battery-powered plane couldn't generate enough lift to get off the ground. Now, aside from the number of closely guarded national reserves, there are no fossil fuels left. The wells were pumped dry years ago, for after we were forced to adapt in a rather abrupt period of growing pains, hydrogen has become the global standard for fuel from the long-distance machinery. Therein lies the problem.
The plane I took to get here runs on hydrogen. It produces nothing, water vapors. What's the problem?
The problem is the labourers fueling your planes before it took off had their fingers crossed the entire time, afraid that if the upfit grounding field failed, one static charge could blow up the whole airport.
What makes helium superior?
The helium-2 fuel we're developing is not pure helium, to be clear, but near enough. Unlike hydrogen fuels, what we've created is non-combustible. You could fire a flamethrower over a tank of it and remain perfectly safe.
How does a non-combustible fuel power combustion engines?
Helium-2 is non-combustible, but in the presence of our specialized catalyst, it can be ignited to generate force comparable to, or in some tests, superior to, the horsepower exhibited by hydrogen engines.
What's the catch?
So far, it's expensive to distill, and the catalyst materials are even more expensive to produce. We have yet to even simulate a profitable commercial flight, for instance.
That's a pretty serious catch.
Still wasn't profitable before the Bessemer process. Things panned out for the steel tycoons just fine.
Are you hoping for someone else to do that? Improve upon your process?
I knew where you're going with this, but the answer is yes, of course. It'd be overjoyed for someone to improve upon what we thought.
That's essentially what ProTech was accused you of doing, isn't it? Leaking your data intentionally so that others around the world are free to start experimenting with it.
I don't think it's illegal. I don't think it's legally wise for me to try to summarize ProTech's lawsuit against me in my laboratory. Listen, energy is limitless. It cannot be expended by any virtue. There cannot be a scarcity of it. You have a monopoly on it, and since it is infinite, the correct market price for it will, over a long period of time, long timescale, tend to zero. I don't think I'm being cynical when I say there are people who don't like that very basic maths.
I'm going to stop you there, because you're getting into our next topic. Your politics. Do you consider yourself a political person?
No?
Are you or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
No.
Do you believe science should be apolitical?
Yes.
So, why is it that you are so frequently invoked as an example of the liberal bias in the sciences?
Science is not political. Science is progress. Moving forward. learning more and more about our universe, deepening our understanding of its mechanics, and that process will never be conservative. Science doesn't move backwards. Calling on conservatives backwards is not what I said. But you could interpret it as you like. What's not open to debate is that what makes something science has nothing to do with who works on it. It has nothing to do with class, or power, or money, or even majority rule. Science is reproducible. No miracle required. Miracles are profitable, prohibited. If one person can do it, anyone can do it. And so science is inherently egalitarian. Egalitarian. I don't know, the egalitarian. If someone feels that, because of that, science has a bias against them, then that speaks only to their own politics, and not the failings of the scientific community to log into your Review Plus account with your passkey or net provider to finish reading this article and see what's so much more. For pop science, for pop sci, figurehead, wrong voice. For pop sci figurehead, Sirius sure keeps busy. Save. Guess I don't have any evidence proving they aren't legitimately brilliant. But I can't take seriously anyone who guest stars on TV that much. Can't deny they seem to be making progress with new kinds of fuels. New fuels. Some of the new fuels we've seen in decades. Could be decades longer before it's actually practical. But any new fuel has to be less volatile than hydrogen. Please don't throw data pads. Please don't throw that data pad out. Its owner might come back. Perish the thought. Though, now that you planted the idea into my head, it's a fulfilling prophecy. Oh no! A self-fulfilling prophecy. Whatever should we do? Data pads. Data pads, noun, mid-sized portable electronic device for use inside local networks. The lightweight portable electronic devices known as data pads have no significant internal storage capacity and can only display what is streamed to them from local networks. Originally marketed as a replacement for ecologically wasteful newspapers, magazines, and flyers, datapads quickly became infamous for the difficulty and expense involved in recycling them once their limited lifetime components expired. It wasn't until they were rebranded as ideal for privacy and security that datapads found success in the private and public sectors, where their ability to display location-locked content helped corporations minimize data leaks and give their advertisements targeted geographic relevance. Today, datapads are a mainstay of high-traffic public spaces and virtual physical hybrid workplaces, despite remaining unpopular with most environmentalists and bibliophiles. Wowee! Wow. What a time. Amazing, even. What else do we have to look at? Peruse the drinks, and that's it, I think. Let's peruse the drinks. It's a well-stocked bar. Got tea and coffee too, if that's what you're into. Nice ambiance. Soft lighting. Warm on a chill night. And cool on a hot day. Now all that's left to do is wait for the customers to stream in.
Any day now. Oh, a lucky cat. I didn't say that actually. I didn't spot that lucky cat. I didn't spot that lucky cat. Hell yeah! Thank you, quick find. A lucky cat. Yeah. Did you say something, Anthony? Did you say something, Anthony? No. I suddenly got this strong impression that there was something you wanted to say. Don't know what you're talking about. As you say, Neko unlocked. What? Neko unlocked? Oh, is that how you can get the Neko mark without the demo? Maybe. Maybe. Neko unlocked. What does that mean? I don't know. Kinda scared. What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Huh? Anyways. I think I might order. Of course! Damn. I'll take this, Sarah. Whip the table for a bit. No one has sat at them since I last cleaned them. Just pretend to clean them. Like a normal person. Like a normal employee. Understood! What's made you so tense? Take a wild guess. Did Sarah ask for a raise? Be serious, Red. What happened last night? Your information was accurate. For the most part. A pod of mid-level blue bloods had it. Seems like they were told to sit on it. And were they willing to sell? No. Laughed at my price, called me a spoiled mag, and kicked my butt out the door. They weren't curious where you got your information from? Honestly, no. And they rushed me out there pretty fast once they heard my offer. Were they expecting more company? I got the impression they had work to get back to. Okay. Anything else you should know? No. Anything you want to ask me? How did you two meet? Tables! On my second day, you told me not to overpolish them in order to keep things lofty. Lo-fi! Is that inappropriate of a question? You've lived in the city for decades, boss. Adonai, but Adonai didn't move here until she started her apprenticeship at Master's and if you're gonna tell people my whole life story at every possible opportunity, I'd just shred my resume and start mailing you around instead. How we met? Well, that story's not very good. Skip to the end and cut to the heart of our relationship, Sarah. I pay Bernard a finder's fee, and he tells me where I can get into high-stakes poker games. It's not a lie. Now you know my terrible secret. Disappointed? It's not illegal to gamble. I don't go on my phone and wager my paycheck studs on points spreads. I gamble. And since I can't afford the entrance fees for one of those anonymous masked ball, cult vibe, blimp casinos that we should go to, I count on your boss here to find me tables to play at. Guilty. So you travel to the lower wards to gamble illegally. Truth be told, I've had my suspicions. Seeing you go out at such odd hours, without so much as your phone, you gonna turn me in? Oh shit! Irashai! Irashai! Itarashai. Or is it more firm? Irashai. Irashai. Two firm-looking men in finely dressed black suits with shades tinted so dark they must need modded eyes to see from behind them. Despite the subtle color palettes, they stand out. It's hard not to clothes that look expensive. Clothes with some kind of pin on them. Matching pins. Breakfast on the raw. Itarashai. Irashai. Breakfast on the raw. Oh, thank you. Think I just heard the delivery drones bumping around outside, Sarah. Would you check out back? Your vintages might have arrived. Go on. Please, excuse me then. Afternoon, then, gentlemen. What can I do for you? Mr. Diamani. Pardon us for dropping in without first making an appointment. No trouble at all. Still getting the place cleaned up. I'm awfully embarrassed that I failed to realize the property lay within your borders. If you come with me to the back, I'd be happy to settle whatever debt. We like petty landlords like you. If you owed us tribute, you'd know it by now. Mistake. Well, if you're here for information, I'll gladly wheel the deal, and how about you? We're not here to shop either. We're to look for Morgan. Well, that name ring a bell, Mr. Diamani? Right. Listen, boys, I'm not sure. Sorry. Has something blaring in my eardrum. I'm Morgan, Esquire, specifically. How can I be of service? I mostly practice criminal defense, but I do offer a few other services. You two look corporate. I recommend some good workplace attorneys. I've got a business card somewhere. We're not interested in that. Of course not. Well, I'm flattered you'd come all the way here to find me. You must have already tried the home office. Bring something up for... You need to come with us now, ma'am. Hey, I thought you said there was nothing I needed to know. Business day is over for me. Gentlemen, can this matter wait until tomorrow? Does it look like it can wait? Great manners, this one. Time sensitive, then. My rate will have to reflect that. Send us the bill. We can afford it. Music to any lawyer's ears. So who is we, then? Think you're funny? Compared to you? Morgan! These fine gentlemen are from House Ikaria. They're the richest and most powerful criminal organization in the city. Rich and powerful. Why bother with the criminal qualifier? Ahem. Sorry. Might I ask about the nature of this engagement? The situation is developing, Mr. Diamani. We appreciate your patience. That's not what you wanted to hear. So I gathered. Your presence has been requested at the family estate, ma'am. For business or... The Ikaria are always business. Switch you your coat? Such gentlemen. Knew those suits weren't just for show. I can see myself out just fine, though. Adene? What's going on? Are you going somewhere? That's why they pay me the big bucks. These men are... very athletic. Perhaps I should come with you. If they want to arm wrestle, you'd be the first to know. Call me when you get there, yeah? I'm actually in danger. I won't even be conscious when I arrive, but I appreciate the thoughts. What could possibly go wrong? This isn't sketchy at all. Boss? Who are those men, really? New clients for Morgan, really? Hopefully. Hopefully? Yeah, hopefully, because if Ikaria puts her on retainer, she'll be able to buy you as much wine as you like. But what do you mean by house? Alright. Pay attention. Pay attention. If I'm going to lecture, might as well try to teach. Start with ice. You want a lot of it. A low surface area. So never use crushed. Okay? Starts to melt with the liquor. Liquor. Waters the whole thing down. Understood. 1.5 ounce of vodka. And what do we look for in a good vodka? Smoothness. Correct. It's the mark of a quality. It's lack of quality, making the bitter go down easily. So, the nobility. You know what that is? Historically, the ruling class, as enforced through economy or military might, and maintained by familial relations. Juice of a full lime. Look for a little spring and consistent color across the skin. Nobility. Old money. There's another word for it, and the older it is, the slower it moves. Only so much wealth you can accrue in one lifetime of collecting from serfs and selling horses. But the Industrial Revolution comes along, shows the world what real wealth acquisition looks like. Then you get new money, which allows which always dwarfs old money. Inflation and splits inheritance shave away any generational wealth that's liquid. Now, new money and old money. They don't like each other. Doesn't new money eventually become old money? If the old money can help it, no one ever becomes old money. Triple sec, 1 ounce. My family was new money. Brought to make the transition. To only bright clubs, shake the right hands, make the right marriages, laugh at the bad jokes. Bad jokes can be entertaining in their own rights. Not the kind of bad I'm talking about. I don't understand. That's alright. You shouldn't need to know. But what do you mean? Your family was new money. Times changed. But 30 years ago, recession, depression, civil unrest, political upheaval. Most people, they were so scared they would barely think about tomorrow, let alone next year. But a decent man's chaos, the cruel man's investment opportunity. So, while everyone else was panicking, was kind of selling off everything they could to buy food and water, a certain type of personality was buying for pennies on the dollar, as it were. Give me a pea from the lot line, as shallow as possible. Any white you see in it, it's just better. 1 ounce of gin. They were rough years, but they passed. And at the end of it, some were left standing with a lot more than they came in with. New money? A new kind of new money. The new nobility. Neo-ability. If you're writing a think piece. Neo-nobility. Neo-ability. Derogatory slang for nouveau riche families and their networks. Slang term for nouveau riche, new money, families that arose in the second half of the 21st century amidst the global economic turmoil. The name carries a negative connotation. It's meant to criticize the way said families supposedly style themselves as nobility or even as a second estate that administers global power alongside the first government and third corporations. You also frequently search for who are neo-ability families, how to marry into wealth, define nouveau. Unabashed oligarchs and devourer barons even. When the government of the world tried to reprivatize the industries they had taken over with emergency powers, they were there to snatch them. And they started at the bottom. Steel, fuel, grain, machine parts, medicine. Here enters House Ikaria. Or that's how they existed. Exited? That's what they exited. Exited. They went into the red decades as the Ikaria cartel. Drug smugglers and extortionists, thieves and murderers. They came out as one of the richest, most respectable names in the country. Now they actually stopped doing any of that, thieving and murdering, mind you. But the top on tight and shake. Top on top and shake. So, they're a crime family. Like a mob. This is the 21st century, kid. It's muddier than that. House Ikaria is not literally one family. Not even one race or creed. They're simply the strongest criminal organization in the city. On paper. But not in practice. Practice is what they're lacking. haven't had to get their hands dirty, haven't had to maintain a presence in the lower wards in years. They make their profits from investments, blackmail, and more than a little insider trading. So they're criminal, yes, but their muscles atrophied. Time for a taste test. Ugh. That's not right at all. What did I forget? Boss? There must have been other criminal organizations. There must have been other criminal organizations 30 years ago. Others poised to take advantage of the changed times. Yeah? So what did the Ikaraya do to set themselves apart from the rest of back then? They killed. Ugh! Stupid. Most important ingredient. Drop of grenadier. Wow. The Lady Maria. Ooh. Ooh. It's beautiful. It's nothing. We'd use a frosted glass if this was for a customer. Looks like a ruby. In the right lighting. If you do end up helping Red work with the Ikaraya, don't let the warmth of their golden furnishing confuse you. All that glitter is cold. Okay, with that feels like a good place to end it for now. That feels like a good place to end it before my fucking voice dies. Honestly, I definitely forgot how long and how much reading this game had. But I am really enjoying it so far. I'm enjoying the hook. The very start was lovely. The very I'm really enjoying everything so far. It's a lovely game. I'll be telling more of it some other time. Also, new title screen, I assume. I did save. I see that. Ooh. Yo. That's fire. Give me a second. Look at this. That is a lovely fucking pic. That's a lovely title screen. I love that. Looks great. Hell yeah. Anyways. Screw the transition. I don't care about that. Alright. Anyways, I'm gonna close the game out real quick. Do that. But that is it for me today. That was a lovely few bits of episode 2 of The Devil. Again, if you like the game, check the game yourself. It is the first episode 0, the prologue, is free. It's free on Steam right now. Episode 1 is 20% off, and episode 2, which I was just playing, is 15% off. If you want to play that yourself, go do that. Link is in the pinned message in chat, and also is in the is in the description of the YouTube VOD. I also put a playlist of the rest of my playthrough of The Devil in the description as well. I'm excited to play more of this sometime. I'm not sure when that will be. I do know is that next stream will be Friday, 9 p.m. EST, because I sadly work on that day. It will actually be Friday 9 p.m. EST for some Silk Song. Not playing of the Devil, playing Silk Song. Yes, Silk Song. I'm excited to play more Silk Song though. It is a lovely game. Silk Song was really fun, and yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I need dinner. That is the wrong message. I forgot to fix that. Whoopsies. Don't use that one. Don't use that one. Use, can I activate this one? Enable. I can't run this one, can I? I can't run this one. Oopsies. what's that? Use this one if you're subbed, if you're a subscriber, and use this message if you are a or non. Anyways, I'm gonna go have some dinner. It is dinner time. I'm hungry. But thank you all for hanging out. Hope you had a lovely time. Again, check it together yourself. It is a lovely play. Episode 2 just came out today. It is amazing. And yeah. Next stream is Friday, 9 p.m. for some Silk Song. Until then, have a lovely day or whatever. See you next time. Bye! Why is doing that? I'm not supposed to do that. What the fuck? Bye.